I'm going to introduce now Debbie Dew, who is the leader of the craft studio, and Christie Gaydash, who is one of the artists, and they're going to give us a little talk about the art. Christie and Debbie.
So Christie, you were telling me you were a little bit nervous.
Yes, I am.
I thought I'd just say it out loud and then they all know and then it's all okay. That's kind of what I do. I sort of put you on the spot often, don't I?
Yeah.
So Christie, how long have you been at the studio?
I just want to say first, good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming tonight. It's good to be here. I'm very nervous, as you can tell.
You're doing great. You're doing great. So we welcomed people, and you're feeling nervous, but we're going to let that go.
Yeah.
And how long have you been at the studio?
I've been here for about, I don't remember.
It's about 3 or 4 months. It hasn't been that long.
About 4 months,
Yeah. So you're our newest person at the studio.
about
Yeah, 4 months.
4 months.
So when you first came to the studio, what was the hardest thing about coming? When you first walked in and went, oh.
I didn't know anyone.
Yeah.
And I got to know people gradually.
Yep.
As I got to know people, I started to feel comfortable.
Yep.
And gradually got to know things around craft studio.
And you got to know how I joke with you all the time.
And I got to know how Debbie likes to joke around.
Yeah. Yes, I do. Now,
And
what are some of the things that you make at the studio?
I make mugs, I make bowls, I make plates, I do casserole dishes.
Yeah.
I do a lot of things, wonderful things that I never thought I could do. And I really enjoy it. And if you don't try something that you think you can't do, then you'll never know, right?
That's exactly it.
So it's important to do something that you can do if you don't know that you can't do, right? And look at me right now, that I'm thinking that I can never stand up here and talk.
It is really amazing. I think that deserves a round of applause. Pictures up there, yours and mine.
Yes.
And one of the first things you said when you came to the studio, you said, you looked at the wheel that was there, kind of messy, because I leave it kind of messy.
Yeah.
And you went, I'm going to do that. And I was like, okay, so first you're going to learn to roll the clay and do the other stuff. Every day you said, I'm going to do that. I'm going to make a big bowl on that. Remember, you were like, I'm going to make these really big things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember when we tried it?
Yeah.
Was it hard?
Yes.
We practiced this. Yes, it was hard.
Yes, it was hard.
Yeah. So your piece is up there. Is it a really big bowl?
No, it's small.
But it's a beautiful bowl.
It's a nice bowl, yes.
So what was hard about working on the wheel?
Well, you had to like, you have a ball of clay, right? You have a ball of clay, and then you had to hold it down like this, press it down, right? And then you had to guide the clay with your fingers, the 2 fingers, and then press down, and then work it up so that the clay would work out with you.
Yep.
And then gradually guide it
Yep.
so that it would work.
So that took some practice.
It took some practice, but I gradually got it into a shape of some sort.
Yeah. And then we painted it, which you know how to do.
And then I painted it gradually, right?
Yeah. So you had some difficulty in learning, and you were really trying, and you were figuring out how the clay worked. And what you didn't know is that I was learning too, because I've made lots of pots on the wheel, but I haven't shown people how to do it. So I had to think about, oh, I'm on the other side of you, and how do I get you? No, your hands, no, not like this.
Yeah.
Like lots of times I kind of got a bit frustrated because I wasn't able to find the words to tell you what I needed to do. And we finally got to make a butterfly. And we just kept going, make a butterfly. And then together we figured it out. So not only did you learn something new, I also learned something new.
Right.
And that's essentially what this project is about, and this show is about.
Right.
So there's some beautiful artwork. Maria is here at the front, and Maria and Camilla worked together. And Maria, these were some of your first paintings, and figuring out with Camilla how you can put paint on the paper in a way that you want it to go. Yeah, and I heard somebody was saying that Camilla put the glue on and you put those little suckers on top. Little pieces of wax. So that was your journey with Camilla. The other one that's really interesting to look at are Amanda's houses. So Amanda, if you see Amanda's print from last year, it's some beautiful houses. And she painted with Leslie, who is an abstract painter who volunteers at the studio. So you really can see Amanda's themes coming through, but Leslie teaching some different techniques. So there was some really beautiful. There was some really beautiful pairings, as you can see in some of those photos. Some of these things we did really quickly, like some of the paintings just sort of happened. Other paintings took a really long time.
Yeah, no, Debbie.
So Joey's painting took about 3 years. I think we've been working on it. Joey and Sally have been, and it was layers. Yeah, long time. And layers of paint and ideas, and every Monday Sally would come and they together would, if Joey, you were feeling like you wanted to be painting, which wasn't every Monday, you would work together on that painting, and eventually we got it done in time to get it framed for the show, which was great. The other thing that's really interesting about this are the photographs, and it's kind of like a snapshot into our day at the studio. And people come and they go, oh yeah, you make these things, but to really see the mutuality, the time spent together, you know, there's something really nice about it. Yeah. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
It's amazing.
Yeah. We're lucky. So, yes? Did you want to say something?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I am a good painter because my picture is on the top. Yes, please.
So before we sign off, I want to say a huge thank you, Christie, for stepping outside of what's normally comfortable for you and standing up here and coming to the studio 3 days a week, which I think is just wonderful. I also want to say a huge thank you to the Craft Studio team. So to Namju, Camilla, and Tomek, who's the photographer, who got took all the photographs and got them all printed and reprinted and framed one of them today. It was challenging, but we got it done, so thank you, Tomek. And just being able to capture those moments is beautiful. Also, I want to make sure I say thank you to Warren. Warren's here somewhere.
Warren.
Warren has been our technical support. He's the person who is amazing at putting those little bios together and the brochure and keeping us on track. So thank you so much. Now, Christie, you wanted to say something. You go right ahead. You can have some final words.
I just wanted to say to everyone, thank you for listening to me, and I hope you enjoy the evening. And thanks for listening to us, for listening to Debbie and I talk and everything. So thanks again.
Nice. One final thing before we go. Now there is somebody in the crowd who's having a birthday today, and I know she's going to kill me, but that's okay. I have all of you to keep me safe. If Jackie Bugner's here. So Jackie is a member of the L'Arche Daybreak community. She's also on the L'Arche International board. She was the inspiration behind this art show. She really walked us and taught us to be able to curate this show. So thank you, Jackie, and it feels really good to have you here. So I think we should sing happy birthday before our sort of closing.
Birthday